Well, Simon, there's been a fair few standout performances and results already since you've come in. I mean, Woking and Solihull are the ones that immediately spring to mind, but was Tuesday perhaps the best overall performance since you've been here?
I'm not sure it was the best overall. Obviously, I think the pleasing thing of it was that we're playing against a team who's in and around us, and we get the clean sheet and the 3 goals. And probably the thing that takes it on a notch, obviously, the Solihull game, although we scored 5 fantastic goals, we are playing a team that are down to 10 men. So I think in the balance, the game the other night was probably, in terms of looking at a global performance, it was very close to one of our strongest ones, with the 3 goals and the clean sheet.
Obviously, you spoke when you first came in about wanting to make Edgeley Park a place that we love to play again and one that opponents dread coming to. Just a quick look at our recent home form. That's 3 wins in a row now, 6 unbeaten and only 1 conceded in that time. It's starting to become a bit of a fortress again, isn't it? Yeah,
I think it is. And, when we speak as a group, we speak about being in the right zone, being in a nice confident place. And that's where you play your best football. But you have to earn the right to get to that zone, if you like, as a player and as a team. So I think, the home performances have been really, really encouraging. I thought we were excellent in moments the other night. And really what we want to do is that absolutely we want to be looking forward to every game at home, safe in the knowledge that we know when we're applying ourselves, which, by the way, the players have been, in every single game we've played, that our quality can come through. And that's the formula that's needed. And then obviously on top of that, the next bit is that if we're playing that way at home and it is a place where the lads are, can't wait to play their football, and the fans are in there as well, right behind us, I think that mix of things will speak for itself, really.
It was interesting as well on Tuesday, that Alex Reid goal late on made it the 3rd successive game now in which we've scored from a corner. Is that something that's been worked on a lot in training lately, to be more of a threat from set pieces?
Well, I think it's an important part of the game. I'm not so sure we've looked at it in any more depth than what we have in any other game, but I think what we've, as a group of staff and a group of players, we sort of revisited our priorities, and that was one of our areas which were really, really important to us, and we wanted to maintain that throughout the season. So, I'm not so sure that we've spent any more time on it, but we've certainly spoke about as a group about how much of a priority, of course, set pieces are. So, maybe that's been a contributing factor, but I think we can be pleased with how much of a threat we've been from set pieces. We've had a couple of clever routines we've worked on, and of course more of a direct route as well in the goal the other night. So. Yeah, pleasing from that point of view, because you need goals coming in all different ways and shapes and forms, and set pieces, they speak for themselves in their importance.
I know you spoke about this briefly with John on Saturday, but you've had a few changes enforced on you in recent weeks through injury and international duty in some cases. But when you look at the performances of the players that are coming into the side, I think Ash Palmer for Liam Hogan, Will Collar for Lois Maynard, Elliot Newby for John Rooney. That speaks volumes, doesn't it? Not just of the strength of the squad, but about the mentality and togetherness of the players since you've come in, because everyone's desperate to play the part.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, as a coach, as a manager of this group, obviously I draw upon my own experiences as a player as well, as part of the course. And I think it's really important to me. I try very, very hard to spend time with every individual and discuss with them my decision-making process. If someone's being left out, if someone's back in. And we put a lot of hours in the grass as well since we've come in terms of, the players getting to understand my ideas and how I think we can be a great team, and how I think we can, get success together. So I think what that does allow is that when there is a process taking place of players coming in and out of the team, one is, they know that us as a group of staff are being as respectful as we can about it and as compassionate about, them decisions. Because, it's disappointing for a player they want to play every game. So I work really hard to be as honest and fair as I can with the players. And obviously I work very hard on the grass to make sure that the guys know when they come into the team, what their job is and what their role is. And I think that helps with the process of change. And then if we are replacing, one player with another player, one is they have a good understanding, there's a respect around that decision, and whether it's a tactical thing or whether unfortunately it's an injury for a player, we think that then it gives the players the best chance of coming into the team and performing to the same high level as whoever they're replacing.
Having said that, it must start giving you one hell of a selection headache when these players start recovering from injury.
Yeah, they're the problems you want, and it's a bit of a cliche, but I think that with the environment we got here, with the commitment levels of the group, and our main thing is that, you know, we are all part of a greater cause. You know, the players, myself, whoever it might be, and we are one united group. So as much as it's a headache, you know, I have to say I have no doubt that, you know, the trust from the players in me is that they know that any decision I'm making is for the greater cause of the whole club and for us to, you know, hopefully achieve what our ambitions are.
We've also been quite active in the transfer market over the last couple of weeks, so it must be really pleasing for you to see so many of these players, you know, Will Collar, Harry Cardwell, Elliot Newby, Jack Stretton come in and all make decisive impacts in games lately. Yeah,
that's right, and it's brilliant that the players that have come in can make an impact. They've been accepted by the group because we work very hard on understanding what type of person we're signing, not just what type of football player, you know, and that helps with the process of people coming in and being great team players. You know, with signings like this, you know, it's a team effort. You know, it's myself, it's Simon, it's his staff that support and, you know, give us great options and great tools ultimately. But it's really, really important that we understand that, you know, it's not necessarily always tactics or players, it's people that, you know, have to step on the pitch, and they're humans, and it's good to get an understanding of what, you know, what people look like, you know, under pressure, what people look like 2-0 up, 2-0 down, you know, all of these things. And what we have done, we've recruited through lots of hard work, you know, really committed, good professionals.
Just looking ahead to Saturday now, and Hartlepool are another team absolutely flying at the minute, 10 unbeaten, second in the league at the minute, and so you'll expect they'll be desperate for 3 points on Saturday as well to keep the pressure on Sutton at the top. It has all the makings for a really entertaining game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's one we're looking forward to, and I'm sure Hartlepool are, you know, are treating it with, you know, significance because of its two teams in form. You know, we're full of confidence going into the game, and their results will mean that they are too. So, you know, it should make for a good game. It'd be a tough one, but it's certainly one that we're looking forward to.
I just briefly want to talk about you for a minute as well, because this weekend marks 2 months now since your appointment. And how much are you enjoying life at Stockport County right now?
Yeah, look, I'm very respectful about what I've come into, you know, and you know, there's always any new manager coming into a club, he's always inheriting a particular situation, you know, and every situation is different. And for me, I've loved every moment, I have to say. The most important thing for the success of the football club is, in my opinion, based on my, you know, experience of success at other clubs in the lower leagues, based on my experience of success in the Premier League and the Championship with Brighton, is that you need togetherness and you need unity. And, you know, through difficult times and great times, everyone having an understanding that everyone's just doing their best, you know, and that is what I am, and that is what I want the players to be. It's just a group of people that absolutely do their best. And my experience of football is that if you've got people doing that people get right behind you. And you know, I'm settling into it really well. I'm enjoying it. It's a challenge. You know, the conference is a rigorous league. It's a demanding league. We've got the situation of COVID, so the games come thick and fast. And, you know, I like the players to be prepared. I like to give them the best chance to play as well as they can and enjoy their football. And that requires a lot of work, you know, and that is part of my job, to make sure that myself and my staff are giving the players the best possible chance of playing well. And hopefully, in turn, that gives the fans the best chance of enjoying their match day. And that's what football is about for me. It always has been, and will continue to be.
How big of an adjustment has it been for you in terms of stepping into first team management for the first time? Has it been everything that you expected it to be?
It has. I mean, there's been no real shocks. I mean, obviously, you know, everyone will have their opinion on the profile of a manager. For me, it's no real change. I've worked in a high pressure situation ever since, you know, as a player and as a coach at Brighton. I had, you know, I had long stints as a first team coach in the Championship, you know, assisting with the first team with different changes of interim managers. And, you know, my process at Brighton was to win games of football still and develop players. And I think I said in my first interview here, I don't, you know, it's the same thing for me. Professional football is about trying to help people achieve their potential and win games of football. And that's always been my job. And it's nice that I can draw upon my experiences at, you know, in the Premier League, Championship, my experiences as a lower league player, and also now, you know, it's blended into my first managerial role. So I felt well equipped. I am well equipped. You know, I'm probably more experienced than people would perhaps realise. And when you scratch beneath the surface within the game, people working within the game would understand that. So, and I'm hoping all them experiences lead to one thing, and that's, you know, success for this football club. Because my early feeling here is it is a great football club, you know, and I'm just going to do my absolute best to achieve success here for everyone, with everyone.
Just finally, Simon, and sorry to end on a sadder point really, but obviously we've had that difficult news through this morning about Connor Jennings, and I'm sure everyone will want to know how is he and how are the rest of the lads as well, because it must have hit you all hard. Yeah,
it's first and foremost obviously really sad news for Connor, and I'm sure it comes as a real shock to him, and it was a shock to everyone really. So it's it's not a situation that I'm sure Connor or anyone, you know, connected with Connor or the football club would have expected they would have been dealing with when he goes for the investigation and with the scan in his shoulder. So it was a difficult moment for Connor, I'm sure. But what my experience of Connor is that he's a strong-willed, spirited lad. You know, he was fantastic in the first couple of games for me, and his attributes as a football player will absolutely be there to see as a person, you know, and he's a fighter, you know, he's a winner, he's bounced back from things before, and we've just all got to be with him now and support him as much as we can, and he is with us in our journey as well, you know, this season. He will remain on that journey with us. So we're all right behind Connor, and you know, we will all get through this with him, and we wish him well over the coming days and weeks.
Yeah, I think we all send our very best wishes to Connor. Simon, thank you for your time.
Pleasure.